Barack Obama is going back to the White House. If you think back to 4 years ago, you consider the incredible reservoir of goodwill and support that Barack Obama had when he came into office. Isn't it kind of astonishing that now he would have to fight for every precinct and every electoral vote to eke out this victory? Shouldn't it have been something rather more dramatic?
Not really. I mean, when you come in with expectations so incredibly high and you face the financial crisis that he faced, he was never going to live up to everyone's expectations. It was going to be tough. The Republicans said that they were going to make it tough, and so they did. And he had to fight hard, and he did.
Well, my take on this is that rarely has a president come to office with the wind more strongly at his back. You know, he came in with this incredible tailwind. Huge number of people all over the country, all over the world, who were rooting for him to succeed. Don't forget, back then, even Republicans were supporting Obama. He had something like 70% approval ratings, which lasted for months on end. I can't remember in my lifetime a president who had so much going for him, who did so much to squander it, who wasted the huge amount of goodwill that he came in with. So it should never have been this close, and the fact that it is, I think, is really a testament to what a poor job he did over the past 4 years.
Well, I disagree with you on that. I mean, the Republicans were with him until he won, and then they pledged to turn him into a one-term president. They were unable to keep that pledge, and I will agree with you on this. It's hard to imagine how Mitt Romney could have lost. I mean, there was a lot stacked up against President Obama. The economy's been sluggish, the recovery's been slow, his leadership has been challenged. You know, who would have thunk it? But Romney failed, and the Republicans have a lot to think about.
The Republicans do have a lot to think about, and the idea that a Republican candidate in an environment like this, with the economy so bad, could lose really should make Republicans think seriously about what they ought to be looking for in a standard bearer and what they themselves ought to stand for. But it's also worth remembering, for all the people who were so excited about Barack Obama being the candidate of hope and change, the guy who was going to transform politics, who was going to do away with the nastiness and the bitterness, and was going to be a uniter, not a divider. This was one really divisive political campaign. He may have won, but I'd say he won dirty.
I think it was tough on both sides. I think the Obama campaign figured out what they had to do to win. They couldn't really win on the record because it was a record up against some really tough challenges. For reasons that I don't entirely understand, they didn't explain really much about what's going to happen in the next 4 years. They ran against Mitt Romney, and he gave them lots of openings, and they took each and every one. I don't think that's dirty. I think that's politics.
Well, you could say he went from the candidate of hope and change to being the lesser of two evils. Either way, it was a come down for both of them.
Agreed.
For the Boston Globe, I'm Jeff Jacoby.
I'm Joan Vennochi.